This is really one of the all-time Filipino favorites, chicken afritada. This one is quite different because we have a cheesy twist to it. So today we're making a cheesy chicken afritada. And I'm just slicing my potatoes and carrots, which I will fry ahead of time. So a lot of times people ask, ano ba yung difference ng afritada and caldereta? And most traditionally, ang root talaga ng ating afritada is that the chicken or the main ingredient, the main protein is fried kasi afritada comes from fritar. So we will fry as much as possible everything. So let's fry our carrots. I hope my oil is hot enough. Yan. I will fry my carrots until it's done. I will also fry my potatoes. And I already have marinated my chicken in soy sauce and calamansi. And if you're not in the Philippines and you don't have calamansi, which is the local lime, you can actually use lemon for it. So this one has been sitting around for an hour. So today we are not using fresh tomatoes, we are using tomato sauce. So just fry up our potatoes and carrots. You can just add this on top as garnish, but I really like my potatoes and carrots cooked with the sauce. So I'll set this aside. The carrots gives the sauce a nice sweetness. And I, for one, would eat all the carrots. I will just season this with a bit of salt and set that aside. Yan. Yan. And now I have my chicken. And I will sear my chicken. So this is an important step when you're saying you're cooking an afritada, that the chicken is partially fried. I'm using leg quarters here. So it doesn't have to be fully cooked. But what we want it to have a nice color, not to overcrowd. That's good enough. Let that sear. The excess marinade we will just keep for later. So I will just sear my chicken. So if you choose to cook this recipe without searing, just want to boil everything, you can now call it a caldereta. So, eto for now, we're doing our afritada. You don't have to overdo. Now, we'll set this aside. Beautifully seared chicken pieces. Ito yung sinasabi ng matanda, ang sekreto ay nasa gisa. So, gigisa natin ng maayos. We will saute all this aromatics, our onions, and to give it a bit more linamnam, no? Umami flavor, and also to complement the cheese later on. So, add a little bit of butter. That's around a tablespoon or 2 before I add back my manok, my seared chicken. Add our chicken pieces. Let that saute. Add our laurel leaves. Ready for the next step, our extra marinade. Add it there. And now I will just add a chicken cube, carrots, and potatoes. And now I will add just a bit of water and our tomato sauce. Add it all there. So we want this to cook. We will just cover this up and let it cook. Let the chicken release its juices. To add to the sauce, just cover it up and let it simmer for a few minutes until we are ready for the next step. Now we see our afritada is boiling beautifully. Look at that. Mix natin. Just mix it all together. So we don't want to mix it too much. We just want to let it stew. Yan. And when you say afritada, what is the most important ingredient in the afritada? Is it the chicken? Is it the tomato sauce? Whatever. Comment down below. Let's see what is the true meaning of an afritada. Answer, guys. And I will just allow this to simmer. And while we are waiting for our afritada to cook, to its ultimate perfection. It's now time for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Chef Tatung YouTube channel, and hit the bell button to get notified for all our delicious recipes that we are posting now very regularly. And let's cover that up. And in the meantime, I will prepare all my other ingredients, our bell peppers, red and green. If you have a lot of bell peppers or capsicum, you can add a little bit at the start to saute. Then it will become part of the sauce to give that nice, flavor. Just dice up our green and red bell peppers. They don't have to be perfect. And now, I'm adding my cheese. I want my cheese to melt into the sauce. So I'm adding it now. Yeah. We want a lot of sauce because we want to eat a lot of rice. Okay. And I will just add this cheese, which I just diced up. Very important, when you're seasoning your food, you season along the way. At the start, you notice we marinated our chicken. We added our bouillon cube, our chicken cube in the middle. Now we're adding the cheese for linamnam and a bit of saltiness. Ito, because there are some salty elements that we already added to this, we be careful though. We add salt or any salter like patis or toyo very carefully so that it does not become salty. Alalay lang, And I'll just cover that up. Let that simmer and simmer and simmer for a few more minutes, and we are almost done. So you can also do this with pork or even beef. You can change the name if you want, but the idea of the recipe, a stew with tomato sauce, is something that almost everyone loves. Any culture loves dishes with tomato sauce. And cheese is slowly melting into our sauce. And I want to taste before I finish this up. Konti pa. Don't rush. I will taste. So I know how to season, how to finish the seasoning of your dish. Sarap. Sarap na. Let's wait for that to be done. Lahat ng household sa Pilipinas may version ng afritada they are used to. What is your version? How different is it from this version? And this is not what I cook at home. Ito lang siya. I just wanted to play around and make it more fancier just for you. For a special occasion. Yan. Ang bango. Really, very, very nice. It's good enough for me. And now, what I will do, I think my chicken is almost done. And I will just check on my patatas to be perfect. Always check, no? So you don't put things to waste. And let's finish this dish. I want to finish this dish. I want to add my bell peppers. This one to add the flavor. If you want to make it spicy, add chilies. I have green peas. Do you like green peas or you don't like green peas? Ako, I love green peas. That's protein for me. So, salsa pa lang, ulam na. And to finish this dish, I'm just adding a bit of all-purpose cream. Yan. Turn our heat down to a low simmer, and I will now add my cream. So just half. Ang bango dito. At ang bango ko na. Ang sarap nito. Grabe. Now is the time to add our black pepper. Freshly cracked black pepper. And I want to taste, I want to be sure that it's seasoned properly. Hindi ba siya matabang? It's perfect. It's perfect. Just to even make it heavenly, from perfect to heavenly, we will add our chopped chilies. Let that simmer for a few more minutes. This is quite different from the afritada you're used to because of the creaminess and the cheesiness, but still the same. I promise you, it's very comforting. Saute, season with salt. Don't forget to season all the time. If you want to add pepper, let's add pepper. Not too much. And we are ready to garnish. Look at that. Looks so fresh. Looks so perfect. You can even garnish with olives or whatever you can think of. Last piece of garnish, of course. And we are done. And I'm ready to taste. I know that my carrots and potatoes are perfectly cooked because we already par-cooked them. And potatoes and cream and cheese go so well together. And now taste the chicken. Wala. Panalo. And now I am not tasting. I am now eating this dish. Sayang eh. And this is your next entry for your next family potluck. Impress everyone, and everyone will surely enjoy this dish, ang ating cheesy chicken afritada. Let's eat! I need rice!